Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the eMammal website. To go to the eMammal website, you can either go to emammal.si.edu or www.emammal.org. When you first get there, you're going to want to register a new account. To do that, you can go to the login button here and then click Create an Account. This will open up a form. You have to fill out all of the red starred items. One important one here is display name. Make sure that this displays your first name and your last name. If you fail to do that, then your registration may not be approved. So you go through, fill everything out, and click Create New Account. And then it'll take about 48 hours for your registration to be approved and for you to be able to log in to the eMammal website. Once that happens, you can come back to the login button and enter your username and your password. All right, once you've logged in, you'll see your dashboard, which is specific to your username, and it will display all of the projects that you have deployments in. You can click on one, and then this map here will display all of the deployments that you have personally been assigned in that project. You can also come and navigate to some of the more project-specific details, so the project homepage, the blog, and the discussion posts. You can also download the desktop application here, which you'll use to upload your photos. But keep in mind that you cannot download the desktop application. This link will not become active unless you've been assigned deployments. And for some projects, that will mean that you have to submit an online site form. For other projects, your project coordinator, your volunteer coordinator, will assign a deployment to you. And those can be found here. If you expand this one, you can see the proposed latitude and longitude, which is the location that your volunteer coordinator wants you to set your camera at. You can also see updates for the project here and any new observations that have come through for that project, along with pictures and identifications. So that's the main functionality of the website for you as a volunteer, but I'm going to give you kind of a quick website tour to show you some of the other features that the website offers. So we'll come up here to the About pages, click on that. And this page gives users, whether they be volunteers or researchers, some more information about eMammal with links to some of the things that we do, how it works, some recommendations we have for camera trap surveys, and some answers to some frequently asked questions. So it's definitely worth checking out. You can also come up here to view photos. This is where volunteers and researchers have tagged their favorite photos from different projects, and those have been collected together so that you can browse them or search them. You can browse by species name here, you can browse by project or location, or you can just scroll through, see some nice tiger pictures here from India, among others. So that's definitely fun to check out. You can also explore projects by region. We've got a map of all the projects that eMammal works with. You can see them on the map, and if you're interested, let's say in this one in India, you can click on it and open the project homepage so you can get more information about that project and see some of their best pictures as well. This next link, Browse Data, is a useful thing for people that are interested in analyzing eMammal data, looking at some of the patterns themselves. So we offer 4 different options here. I'm not going to go through them all in detail, but the first here is you can download the data set for a given project. And that will come as a CSV file, which you can open in Excel, and then you can do some of your own analyses on that data set. We also offer an automated analysis looking at animal daily activity patterns. And I'll demonstrate this one for you. So the first thing we have to do is zoom in on the map and select a region that we're interested in analyzing animal activity patterns. And we'll draw a box around it by clicking this black square, like so. And then eMammal will take a second and it'll think, and it'll come up with a list of the different projects and sub-projects contained within that box that we just drew. So you can select all projects, or in this example, I'm going to select one of the projects from the list. It's going to think again, and then it's going to give me a list of sub-projects contained within that project. And we'll pick one of the sub-projects, and then we'll add the selected data. And then we go down and we choose the species that we're interested in looking at the daily activity patterns for. And you can choose up to 2 species here. We're just going to choose one for this example, raccoons. We'll add the selected species. And then down below, we could select a date range. Let's say we're only interested in raccoon activity in the spring. We could click and drag to highlight the spring months. Or if we don't do that, then it's going to select this entire date range. And then we can run the activity analysis. All right, and the output is down here. We have time of day on the x-axis, and this shows us how many detections we had of northern raccoons. And we can see, as we would expect, they are pretty nocturnal, especially in the early morning hours and the late evening. And in a very similar fashion, we can also compare diversity. I'm not going to demonstrate this for you, but the idea is exactly the same. You select your projects, you select your species, and you can get an idea of how different projects compare in terms of the number of species that were detected. And then similarly, we also have a summary of survey effort, which can tell you how many cameras you might need in a particular region or a particular project to be able to detect all of the species that are there. So this is definitely, the browse data is a really fun activity for volunteers and researchers alike, and it can also give you some really great information and answers to your questions. So we're moving on with the website tour here. The resources link is another area where you can download the desktop application and look at frequently asked questions. And then we've also got this how-to pages option here. And this is where you can access the online training in the form of a PDF and video links. You can access the eMammal data sheet, eMammal field guide, among other video and text resources. And finally, if you have questions for us, you can use this Contact Us link. Just fill out the form and write your question, and someone will get back to you as soon as possible. And that's it. That's the tour of the eMammal website. Have fun.